To turn up every day and see a really motivated young group of men that just want to achieve and aspire to be better, and to be part of that is quite energising, and I'm very fortunate.
Staff, we're fresh off a win over the Bombers. It was another game where it was a little bit ugly at times. We are finding ways to win. Is that pleasing, a little bit concerning at all? What's the take on that?
Oh, well, I think the fact that we're winning is the pleasing aspect. Can we get better at the way we play? Sure. I mean, we're not a finished product by any stretch. And in some respects, I don't think I'd like to be right now in this part of the season. There's a lot of growth in the group, which is actually very exciting when you think about it.
We did kick just the 9 goals. It was a low-scoring game. Is that a little bit to do with the trend of the match or a few missed opportunities?
Well, it was a little bit of the match that we played. Our conversion wasn't very good, so we passed up quite a few opportunities. So as much as the goal score number was lower, I thought we generated some opportunity. We just didn't take our chances.
There's been a lot of talk about the best forward line structure. It's obviously going to take time to find that. We have tinkered a little bit, gone small on the weekend. Do you like the small setup?
Look, I'll inherit whatever setup I've given by the boss, and we'll make the best fist of it. As far as what combination best suits us at the moment, we're still trying to find that out, which again is pretty exciting when you consider what we've been able to achieve so far, and yet still not know what the best makeup is. So I'm looking forward to finding that best makeup.
Sam Wiedemann and Ben Brown were back in the twos on the weekend. Both performed strongly. Is that pleasing to see, the way they went about it?
Oh, definitely. It was just great for Sam to go back and just get involved and feel good about his footy. And he was very busy, and it was great to see. And from Ben's point of view, the player that turned up when we first got him versus what we're seeing now is a stark contrast. Just physically, the way he's moving, the way he looks, and that's tremendously exciting for us.
A lot of the dilemmas around selection probably come off the back of Tom McDonald's form being so strong. You must be just impressed with the way he's gone about things.
It's interesting you say dilemma. I mean, it's a really fortunate position we find ourselves in. So I'm really very much a glass half full. And to see him perform the way he has consistently over the year is just a real credit to him. The way that he's invested in the work that he's done from the time that the previous season finished to on a weekly and daily basis when he's here, it's just a credit to him.
There are a whole lot of things that make up a strong forward line, and a lot of it is the small forwards playing sometimes defensive roles or roles that don't get recognised. Have you liked the way Charlie Spargo, Alex Neil-Bullen, these guys have helped build that forward line this year?
I'm going to have to correct you there, Ben. At Melbourne Football Club, we have no such thing as small forwards. They're speed forwards. And what was formerly known as tall forwards are power forwards. So when you're referring to our players, I'd expect you to get it right. It's speed forwards and power forwards. So in relation to our speed forwards, I've been so impressed. The way they play, their appetite for work, but then also their footy IQ and the growth that's left in each of their games has me laying my head on the pillow at night every night. I'm very excited about what I foresee in the future.
You're someone who's spent a lot of time with Luke Jackson over the last 2 years. How have you seen him help Max Gawn? It's a bit of a different one, but he's actually been able to chop out in the ruck.
Yes, and acquit himself very well. For a young player, we don't see the best of our young ruckmen until they're sometimes in their mid-20s. And some of the stuff that he's been able to do at a very early age in his career is quite exciting. And what it does, it does allow Max just to free him up. He's been carrying the workload in that area for us for a long period of time, and at some point it does catch up with you. So to be able to inject Luke into the midfield and help him with the ruck work is only going to serve Max really well going forward, which is good.
Another one of your roles is the goal kicking. What goes into that? Obviously, it's not just simply taking shots at training. How do you go about that?
Well, there's a lot that goes into it. I don't know how much I'll say in case the opposition are watching, but we do a lot of work in a lot of different areas in relation to goal kicking. The modern game demands a lot of our players, so there's things around fatigue. There's also it's a high pressure game, so dealing with pressure, and also the process as far as the technique, and then what you build as part of your process. So we work on a lot of things, and every player has their own set of needs and requirements in and around their goal kicking. So as much as there's some overarching philosophies to what we do, we also dig very deep on what the individual needs for his best performance kick.
This is your first year as the forward coach. Are you enjoying your new role?
Yeah, I am. Any time you get to work, firstly with a really good group of coaches that have helped me enormously, and I'm talking about Goody and Troy and Adam, but also to turn up every day and see a really motivated young group of men that just want to achieve and aspire to be better, and to be part of that is quite energising, and I'm very fortunate.
Very exciting times. Thanks for your time, Staff.
Pleasure, Ben.